Oh my gosh, dude, this is going to be a bit of a tougher episode, and not just the whole, it's going to be a quicker one because it's late, even though it is, and it is. But, oh man, I'm going through something fierce right now. I just gambled on some expired milk and lost hard. I don't know what's happening to my body, but the pain is radiating up into my face, and all I can do is go, so that's an issue. The craziest thing is it technically expired today, but it's just past midnight, so I don't know if there really was like and now, all the calcium, the milk particles just went, oh boy, I cannot wait to rot. And it tasted good, it smelled fine, so I was willing to take a shot on it. I took a shot on it, and I'm losing. Oh, I felt so good. I felt so great going into it. It's the only thing that could have ruptured my happiness, and I'm in a bit of a pickle, a bit of an issue. So we're going to try and get through this as best as we can and see what happens. I can't believe you betrayed me, Milk. No, I was the chosen one, the chosen Milk. I think what makes me feel even worse about it is that there's 4 perfectly good gallons that are in season. When milk's in season, I've got some good in-season gallons of milk, and I went for the forbidden fruit. I went for the forbidden udders. Oh, and boy, did they bite back. Let's see how this goes. Woo! Okay. I mean, we've been through worse. We have been through worse. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan. Happy, but in a lot of pain to be here with you guys today, okay? We have suffered for our craft, and today is no different. We'll see how this goes. My whole body is on fire, okay? Not to mention it's also very warm in here regardless, and then I put on a candle. I didn't just light it. I put on, okay? The essence, the ambiance, and that's Flavor Flav right there. Flavor Flav! Because I care. I care about the atmosphere of this show, all right? And that is commitment to the bit. So I'm going to try and ramp up and utilize some energy that's, hasn't been destroyed, okay? It's somewhere in there. I'm about 99% dead, but I'm going to use the last remaining part of my soul to be here with you guys today and have some fun. So it's going to be a one-take wonder. Not just in that I don't have enough time to go back and do it, but a one-take wonder why he didn't cut that out, because we're just going to go. We're going to go. I got to be quick. I got to get back to my aunts. Got to get back to these dogs. I got to say, man, I really mean to clean up before I go places, and it's one of my biggest gripes against me, and the hardest part is living alone, okay? Is that you keep coming back to your own mess, and you go, oh, you, right? And I can't blame anybody. No one stayed over. I don't even have an animal. I don't have a plant to be like, oh, you did that? Yeah, I'm going to have to start scheduling a break-in just to feel better about it. I'm going to walk in and go, oh, if it wasn't for that crime, this place would be spotless, but it's a problem, man. It always sucks walking back into your own filth, and you go, you stupid idiot. Why, I want to return to a grand Mr. Clean wonders, okay? Give me a Swiffer sweeper and shave my head. I want to be Mr. Clean. But until then, I'm me. And yes, it's awesome, it's great, but my place is not. So in the meantime, I'm happy to be at my aunt's, where it is nice and clean. It really is the best, dude. Man, it's nice over there. It's just... I mean, I talk so much crap about when you go on dog sit. I think mostly because I guilt myself into doing it. And they go, Tristan, and these people, I think they're doing it on purpose. I don't know if there's no more dog sitters in the area, but they go, Tristan, you're like family. I go, I've never even met you. I only know your dogs. A lot of them, it's just through text. And they go, you watch these dogs. And it's some sort of word of mouth that I had no intention of being a part of. So it's always, you feel like family. We're so happy to have you. And I don't know them. But then I feel bad because apparently I'm like family, so I go watch these dogs and it's miserable. But it is so nice to, just experience a couple canines that are familial. They feel like family. The place is like home, and you don't feel like you're, out of bounds. Okay, it's unfortunate when you drink their expired milk, but I digress. So It is what it is. It just really is top notch, and thanks to my aunt for being such a wonderful host. A lot of times, dude, I mean, she just decks the place out with snacks, and it's clean, and it's wonderful. It's better than my own home right now. Okay, my own place, just a mess. There's no snacks. It's not clean. It's not decked out in the slightest. So in this scenario right now, I'm actually enjoying walking away from my own routine. Like let's compartmentalize. See ya some of the time, and when I come back to it, I'll pout again. But in the meantime, it's nice to be there. Went through all the snacks, went through all the scents. Even okay, I'm lighting the candles. I'm getting all of it. In fact, sometimes, dude, here's a lot of. She'll get me like shampoo and conditioner and body wash, and I don't know if that's because she doesn't want me to use hers. But I don't think that there is. I bring my own stuff a lot of times just because I tend to, bring everything because I'm so well prepared. Drinks expired milk, has other milk. But I did not see any new stuff until later, and it's not like right where I'd expect it to be, as well as a loofah. So I don't know if it's for me, and it's not the kind of thing that I want to risk and find out. Like, what if this is special shampoo and condish, okay, and she's saving that for somebody else? Maybe she's trying to sell it. Maybe it's rare, all right? And then I come home and I'm like, yeah, dude, smelling great. Or your loofah. Not only for my own sake, but if that's your loofah, I don't know where nobody's balls have been. I'm not trying to use anyone's loofah. So that's, off the table. But on the other hand, I go, I don't want someone to waste their money on me and expect me to use their stuff and then I don't use it. Okay? So I'm kind of going back and forth about it. Not that I'll, really, unless it's brought up. I can't be the one to bring it up. I'll be like, hey, did you get this stuff for me? I'm like, oh, frick. So I got to start squeezing it down the drain so it looks like I've been showering a ton. And I'm like, yeah, I was using all the time, just scrubbing the loofah on sandpaper, ripping it up. Like, what did he do? Did he freaking bathe a dragon? So we'll see. I should probably just start doing that in my own life, in my own line of work. I'm just, in case anybody ever comes over, I'm just going to squeeze all of my shampoo and conditioner and just soap, really. Just put all that down the drain. You want to be low on soap. I think that's a good standard to have. Of all the things you can run out of, I think soap is a good one. When you go over to someone's house and you see, like, there has to be some soap left. There is a good middle ground. But if I see somebody with a ton of soap, I go, oh, you ain't washing your hands. You ain't using this. You're not showering. You ain't bathing, right? But if there's too little, you go, you're cheap. You didn't refill, right? So there's good middle ground. I think it's one of those things where you want to have just enough where you go, it's a clean mofo, all right? And I think you should do that with all things, okay? I'm going to start doing that with fruits and vegetables. Get a whole bag of apples and throw them all away because I'm not interested in eating healthy, but I'll leave just one apple and go, see that? Yeah, He's quite the health avenger, is he not? Oh, just one carrot left? Yeah, I've been going through it. Kind of a health nut, what can I say? Oh, and if you'll see in the top cabinet, there's a whole stack of snacks. Haven't even been opened. And I'll just leave that because I am going through snacks. So that's like my don't touch. I gotta gaslight everybody that walks into this place, okay? Because if it still looks like this, at the very least, there should be just a little bit of soap left. And you go, good on you, buddy. Good on you. So soap is just one of those things, okay? There are some things that just make you look better than you are, and those things I am interested in. So, anyways, in the meantime, right now at my aunt's, I'm trying to get dialed, okay? Like a radio. Whoa, he's feeling good about himself. I found the right channel. It helps just to be away from my own mess. Instead of like setting up my own foundation at the moment, I stole somebody else's and I was able to build off that. So eventually I will have to, like a magician, just rip the tablecloth off and hope that everything I have set up is still there. But I feel like I'm slowly getting a better routine in all things, with some of just the physical exercise and work and creative passions and everything. And just sort of, I'm building up, man. I'm getting a good foundation. I feel really good about it, okay? I'm hoping that that only leads to more whimsy and more side projects and things that I feel like going elsewhere. So one of those recently has been skateboarding. Cut to a clip. And I am enjoying that a lot. I will say I was kind of hoping, I haven't really skateboarded much since I was like 12. Like you do a little bit of skateboarding, you try and hop back on. And the reason I stopped skateboarding when I was a kid really was because it got so expensive. You're tearing through your shoes and your grip tape, and I'm not going to drop I don't have $70 to drop. So it's just so expensive, and then you keep going back and forth when you get a little bit of money and you start slamming harder. So I occasionally will spend like a week getting back into it, like just kind of sneaking, just trying to sneak in before gravity notices, and then I slam and go, oh, you caught me. Yeah, I was trying to skateboard again. Because the slams, they do hurt, right? I think part of me is like, oh, I'm not a kid. I'm not a wimp. I know what it feels like to fall again. I could get back up, and you fall, and you're like, oh, that one actually feels a lot worse than it did before. So, okay, all right. So, I'm just trying to persevere right now. I've talked about this before, but it's a joking theory that I'm beginning to buy into, that I believe human beings, and adults specifically, should be falling more. All right? Once you reach your 20s, everybody goes, my back, I'm so sore, I don't do this. In your 30s, and people are aching, they need chiropractors and stretches and whatever. My epiphany, okay? Interesting thoughts! Skip the details and the plots, and these are some of my interesting thoughts. Is, hopefully I remember to put that, the skateboard clip and the little theme song in, but that I think human beings should be falling more, and the reason it hurts so much is because you're not, right? As a kid, you're bumping and bashing into everything, and you're tripping, you're falling, you keep popping back up. Why? Because you're doing it all the time, okay? But the second that you don't, you get pretty good at walking, you get pretty good at life, and you start falling down, and you go, ow, I haven't done that in a while. You know, it's like if you've taken any sort of sport or even exercise, you haven't done it in a while, and you go back, you're like, curls are leaving me way more sore than I used to. Or just standing behind a counter, okay? You could be working as the cashier at 7-Eleven. You go, I'm not used to just standing for 8 hours a day. Like, that's just, I'm not standing still. And you're sore, right? But eventually, you can sort of build that up. And I think the same thing is to go for impact. I feel like we need to be crashing more, okay? Now, am I technically doing this study on myself? Yes, but I don't know how long it's going to be. So if anyone else wants to join me in this negotiation with physics, Isaac Newton, gravity slam, join me. We'll see how that goes. So it's interesting in the meantime. So that's one of my current little side projects. Just also having fun, going out and about. I went to one of the Akron Rubber Ducks games with pals Bryce and Bree, which was really cool because the seats are so cheap. And here's the thing. As a Cleveland fan, none of my teams win regardless. So why not go to the minor leagues and watch them lose too? Because even our subcategory teams still don't win. We just find a way. But if you're going to pay money to watch someone lose, you might as well pay the least amount of money, and you get to sit up like front row. So we're in the broadcast.
Pitch, the runner from first is going. The pitch is popped up, left side.
And we get on the beautiful Jumbotron, which, as you guys are well aware, I talk about every sort of screen mirror or reflection of myself in a very beautiful way. Not because I'm arrogant, but because I appreciate what God has done for everyone else. But yeah, we got on the Jumbotron. It was a sweet time, lots of food. And man, this milk is killing me. But it was a wonderful time. So got to do that, got to do this, got to go out and lose a bunch of golf. I'm feeling really bitter about my golf game before. I talk, here's my problem. I'm very arrogant in everything I do, in a joking manner. But when I'm off the golf course, I go, I'm not that good. Okay, I try to put the pieces together, but I'm always slipping. But when we get onto the golf course, I'm talking like I'm the man. Okay, this one's going over the fences, chipping in the green, in one, bird watch, right? And it doesn't happen. All right, and that's embarrassing as it is, but now I've been practicing. Before, when you're bad at something, you go, yeah, it's because I don't practice, and you can go to bed with that, okay? But when you start going to the driving range and you start putting in time and hours and spending money to develop skills, and then you go back out to the greens, you go, I'm worse than I was before? I paid to get worse? How is that fair? People are laughing at me now, and I paid for this experience. And now it's getting just ever so slightly frustrating. So I don't know if I should keep practicing. I've just sort of hit this lull, like I'm developing the skills to skyrocket, but right now it's like, and that's golf for you. So trying to hang in there. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of pain. We also had a family bonfire. It's just we're starting off summer well right now, okay? Just friends, family, passions, creative moments. Hopefully some more in-season dairy, but, that's going forward. You got to make a few mistakes. So, yeah, it was nice to have some games of cornhole. I lost every one of those. My brother's dog, dude, he bit me so hard in the keister, all right? I went to go shower the other day, and after I got done squeezing it all down the drain, I caught myself in the mirror, and I went, oh, he's caked up, because your boy does lunges. But then I also went, what in the hemorrhoids? I'm bleeding, and there was a divot. Okay, there's not really. But there's a giant bruise and teeth marks. This dog drew blood. He bit me so hard right in my butt cheek. And I went, ow. And everyone went, yeah, he does that. And I'm not really okay with that. All right. I'm not a big fan of this whole thing. Like, oh, yeah, he's play biting. I'm not mad at the dog. Okay. And I think that's what everyone keeps trying to do. I go, ow, that hurt a lot. And they go, well, he's just playing. I was like, I'm not mad at him. I'm mad at you guys for not teaching the dog to play bite. Okay. I don't. And here's another thing. Again, in this whole like defense of it's okay. He didn't mean to bite you. He doesn't know how to play bite. I'm also not worried about the semantics, about the emotional attack it was. I wouldn't go, oh man, I hope he still likes me. He's like, no, he didn't mean it like that. I'm just in pain. I don't care whether he meant to bite that hard or not. Okay. The closeness, right? Whether or not he was like trying to bully me was not my concern. I couldn't sit down. I went, oh, that was a hard bite. Well, it's okay. He didn't mean it. Well, you know what? It felt 1000% like he meant to do exactly what he did. And it hurt. And that's okay. Again, now I'm not at the dog, but my butt cheek's on fire. So that's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So we'll see. He's been drawing a lot of blood, and they gotta. I don't know. I don't get that though. The emotionality of it. I hope he's friends. I hope I didn't make him mad. I'm not worried. I still love the dog. All right, but. I was mad at him, though, afterwards, because they were kind of yelling at him and bullying him. He was like, get out of the way. I'm like, Arthur, come on, I'll run with you. Like Tom and Jerry, I just sent me like 19 feet in the air, fell back down. He's a problem. So, outside of my playtime, what's going on in the world, guys? I can't say for sure, because I don't know, but... I did see on Google, it was on the front page. I didn't even look this up. It came to me. Okay, so if you want to talk about current events and oil or whatever, I got nothing for you. But I can tell you that Hooters apparently is trying to rebrand into a family chain. And I've got mixed feelings about this because it's well, of course, it's very odd, but one, it has to mean that pervs and creeps are in the decline, right? That they're not getting enough business by the guys who just want to go show up and see, a lady barely dressed hovering over your onion rings. Can I get you anything else? Oh, I have a breast and a thigh. Anything else? Well, I'll also have some chicken. Right? And they've been thriving on those kind of people for so long. And you know what? That's another problem, is the fact that the double entendres of food, we don't really have that. I've long said, if you're going to sexualize this restaurant and have this sort of debauchery in the cuisine world, you should do it with men as well. But even with guys, you can't sexualize food. There's no wordplay to do that. I mean, you have wieners, you got hot dogs, okay? But even that food is known as like trash pork. Even in food, guys are disgusting. What a pity, There's no Kentucky Fried Ballsack. There's nothing out there. Okay, there's nothing out there for the men, and I say that's a good thing, but it's also not fair. I would, don't look at me like I'm a piece of meat. What kind of meat? There is no man meat. Pause. So, anyways, what I was saying is that it's good, for one, that it's not working out. But two, it is just odd to try and rebrand a weird establishment without just changing the name. I'm sure the CEO or whoever, they got plenty of money. They go, you know what? Let's just pivot. Let's just make a new restaurant. And you could even say, from the people who brought you Hooters comes this nice family fun time, okay? But bringing the name Hooters with its connotations for years now, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, that's who you are. That's your thing. That's like putting musical covers and toy unboxing videos on an adult website and be like, yeah, well, this is what we do this now. This is what we have. It's just, put it on a different website. Why? Okay? Put in some sort of innocent family fun time, and you're mixing these two worlds, and it makes no sense. So it is ridiculous. It's a problem. So I don't know. Be on the lookout. I guess Hooters is coming to family. It's good. I can't imagine this does anything but crash and burn. Change the name. No one's going to go, well, that was a great time at the park. Do you want to bring the family down to Hooters? You're a bad father. So we'll see. I've been wrong before. I mean, I haven't, but you're supposed to say that so it feels like you're one of, the rest of people. So anyway, speaking of ball sack, by the way, you didn't think I had a segue for that one, did you? I was watching a podcast, and they were talking about neuroscience. Now, this isn't really my forte or anything that I'm typically interested in, but they had comedians on the show as well. And it led me to Andrew Huberman. You guys are sure. Very popular, at least online. I'm not going to vouch for the credibility of everybody, but people do tend to like this guy, and they follow what he says often. Now, the really reason I'm bringing this up is because as I was halfway to falling asleep listening to this, he starts talking about melatonin. I've talked about melatonin plenty. People are very familiar with melatonin. It's a normal vitamin, an essential mineral. I don't even know what people know what melatonin is. I don't. But that being said, it's a very common thing that you can get, right? And it just helps you wind down, sleepy time, REM cycles, and all that jazz. So I've complained about melatonin plenty because it doesn't feel like it ever works. And then you have weird dreams and you're groggy and you're like, what was the price I just paid? All right. I just paid money for this turd experience. And that was bad enough. But as I was falling asleep, he starts talking about a study where they were giving melatonin to mice and gerbils, I believe. And they concluded that melatonin shrinks your ball sack. Now, again, I'm not going to say there's any 100% conclusive evidence, but I will say this, I don't need it, okay? If anybody says anything, you could tell me anything, gaslight me, say, hey, you don't pick up your laundry, your ball sack will shrink. I need so little evidence that I need no evidence. That if you just told me you do this, you do that, hey, your ball sack shrinks, I'm not doing that thing anymore. So he was saying that it was actually very dangerous for children or for anybody, but it's crazy that they just give it out. And he was talking about if you were going to do it, it needs to be in the slightest, the smallest dosage ever. And I'm going to be honest with you, it might be on the bottle. I have no clue. I haven't read it, but I just can't believe that I don't want to believe it because that would suck. Okay. Not just for me, but for everybody. I guess another L for the men. Okay. At least women, you know what? There's a lot of things you got to go through, but at least you could have melatonin. You'll be fine. But I don't know. I don't know what the evidence is here, and I don't know if it's on the bottle. But if it isn't, hey, put it like that should not be small text. If it's on there, I can't imagine it is. Like, but he might have weird dreams. Oh, that sucks. Might be a little groggy. Oh, that's poop. And it's gonna be $40. Really? Oh, what a bargain. This stinks. And shrinks your ball sack. You go, what? Okay, that needs to be locked behind. And I don't need to just get one employee who brings the little zipper keys out. I want to have to get the manager. I want to get the CEO of Giant Eagle to come over just to give me that. And he goes, wait, hold on. Are you sure? And he should be dressed up in a hazmat suit. And he goes, I just want to be very clear with you. This will shrink your balls. And you're like, and if you still want it, fine, okay? But at that point, I need all the freaking warning signs and disclaimers possible. But I don't know how they found that to begin with. Poor guy who's running tests, I don't know how human trials go, but I imagine they give you some stuff and they give you $50 and send you on your way. Oh, he's still fine. But you're like, hey, did you get a cough? You're like, no, I fell asleep. I feel pretty fine. I don't know how invasive the test is, if they run his whole body through a scan or if it was just like a couple weeks later and he's like, hey, I don't know if this is related, but I noticed my nuts are size of nothing, they're gone. So yeah, they said the gerbils, it was shrinking them down to the size of a grain of rice or smaller than that. Now, to be fair, I don't know how big gerbils' balls are to begin with. So maybe, the evidence isn't that great. But to be fair again, to my earlier point, don't need it. So then with melatonin, just wanted to put that in the air. You can go out there and confirm and look it up if you want, but I don't need it. It's one of those things. Evidence. I'm not I'm not going to be trying to, talk myself into taking more melatonin. So that's just another L for the sleep team. So anyways, that's what's going on in the world. Don't take your kids to Hooters because it's weird, and don't give your kids melatonin. You know what? Really, the children are losing. The children are losing today. So at least I'm back in the skateboard scene, because if not them, I will be the new hero that they need at the skate park. It is pretty cool. It sucks slamming, though, and then the other kids, they show up after school, and they go, aren't you a grown man? You should be better at this by now. I was like, I'm just trying to get back into it. And they point and laugh, but they don't actually. I just hear that. I have headphones in. I'm like, oh, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. So we'll get over it. Now, I need to sort of zip on out of here and get back to my dog. So, guys, I do appreciate you hanging out with me. I might need to record another one of these earlier. I always say that, but I have to go out of town to record a commercial, so we'll see how that goes. So I need to prep. I'm probably not gonna. I know it. I mean, I should. I know I need to. There's a lot of things I need to do. Looking at all my laundry here. But we'll probably be in the next last second. I will say, I really wanted to get a haircut for this thing, and now I can't. So I gotta hold on to this. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, he looks like $1,000,000,000 $3,000,000,000 and $1,000,000,000, but I was trying to get a trim just before it happened. I was like, hey, could I get it touched up? And like, you know what? Okay, if you want to get just a little, just clean it up, go for it. And they were like a little apprehensive about it. So I decided against it entirely, because I go to Great Clips, as you know. And here's the thing with Great Clips. They're fine for what they are, but they're just going to give you a haircut. There's no real input involved, and I also don't know what I'm talking about, to be fair to them, but there's not a lot of clarification or, are you sure, or what do you mean by that? I go, hey, could you just maybe take a little bit of the weight out of the back of the lower left quadrant? And they go, oh, I know exactly what you mean. And then I don't get that, and you go, isn't that something? And I go, well, you cut some hair. So I don't know if it's one of those things where I want to try and get a more precise haircut. I'm like, hey, don't do this. And like, yeah, sure. You like it? No, I don't. So it is what it is. I can handle another week or whatever. Oh, real quick before we go, guys, God of War! All right, and I'm not going to say anything else. All right, there's a new God of War coming. I'm so excited. I think people are being turds because there was a bunch of games that were just released and announced later. And you know what? Don't go on the internet because everybody's a hater. But I'll tell you what, in my world, everything's exciting. And that's why the internet's baffling to me, because every time I look up anything, whether it's movies or games or sports or books, not that I look it up that often, but anything I see, technology even, they go, this is crap, this is lame, this is boring. And I don't really care for many reviews unless it says, hey, this game will shrink your ball sack. Then I don't get it. But most things I'm just excited for. So I'm exactly just excited as I was before. There's been clips the years ago on this podcast where they announced the previous God of War, and I was shaking in my seat. I was so excited. I love stories. I love video games, and I can't wait to get back into that world. Okay, so this is really just, you know what? I'm setting the foundation, again, on somebody else's table, but I eventually will just keep on collecting all the fun things in my life. So if I leave you with anything, guys, it is that there's a new God of War again. Don't take your kids to Hooters, and I don't care how many games of pinball they have in the front lobby. Don't give them melatonin. You know what? Don't give anybody melatonin. And get out there and skateboard, okay? Because I'm tired of being the only person falling down. And my stomach still hurts. Guys, do not drink expired milk. I love you to itty bitty pieces, even the little cottage cheese ones that might be sinking to the bottom. And I'll see you in the next one. Okay, I gotta go throw up. I'll be right back.